Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Keith once again with Craps TX. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Do us a favor, please, before we get started, hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. And thank you to everybody that has done that thus far. It's really helped us out quite a bit. I believe we're over 250 subs now, and that is unfathomable for us. We just kind of started this as a learning adventure and just keep trying to put out the content, not only for the repetition for us to learn these strategies, but hopefully also it helps some of you out there as well. If it does, drop us a line down in the comments. Send us an email, crapstx@gmail.com. I'll also put that again at the end of the video. That way you can go get a pen and paper and write it down. So what we're going to do today is a strategy I saw on Bill's channel over at Blue Dice Craps. There is his banner right there. He calls it the 6 and 8 crush. It's kind of a lower bankroll strategy, or at least he plays it as a low bankroll strategy. He started out with 300, so I'm going to start out with 300 as well. It's a 66 inside method, so kind of if you're going to go with the $10 or 10 shooter average, you kind of want 660, 700, 800 over here in your bankroll rather than trying this with 300. But for the sake of the film, for the sake of the video, we'll roll it out with just the $300 here and try to show you how it goes. First of all, yeah, with the dealer stack here, let me show you what it does. I will set up the 66 inside and try to explain it. Hopefully I do it justice. All right, so we have 15, 18, 18, 15. So what this does, the reason he calls it the 6-8 crush is that he really concentrates on the 6 and 8. So if the 6 and 8 is hit when it's at this level, it'll pay $21. He'll go ahead and just collect that $21. Now, should you hit the 5 or the 9, that is also going to pay 21. So let's say we hit the 5. That pays $21. We're going to take the 5 down. All right, so now you have 15 and 21. That is, do some math, Keith. $36. Yeah, 15 and 21, 36. 30, 35, 38, yeah. And then we're gonna bump up our, or press up our 6 and 8. Just tell them, press up the 6 and 8 to 36 each. So that's all gonna go on the 6 and the 8. Let's get some change. Guess I could have left that there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We actually should kind of take these down to the green chip level, but hopefully you'll get the idea. Okay, so 30, 35. Oh, I gotta get some red here. So sorry, just talk amongst yourselves during this delay. 36 and 36. There we go. So that was easy, wasn't it? So your dealer's going to do a little work. Make sure you take care of your dealer at the end. All right. Now, if he were to hit the 9, same thing. That's 15 is going to pay 21. He'll take all of that and put it on the 6 and 8, which would bring that up to 54. For some reason or by circumstance, you hit the 6 and 8 before you hit that 9. That is going to pay 21. I'm sorry, 36. No, that's going to pay 42. No, we'll just do it easy, hopefully. Anyway, I'll tell you, and that way we'll kind of just run through it. So it pays 42. At that point, he's just going to take the 6 and 8 back down to 18. So the original 18, which would make that 36 on each. I'm sorry, 36 total. 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3. All right, and then you would take $75, $78 off to the side. All right, so we're back down to 18 on that. Now if the 9 hits, again, you're just going to go up to 36 on each one of these, and you can either same bet or you can spread back out to the 5 and 9 if you'd like. He kind of rolled through it, in about a 25-minute video, and I don't know that every scenario popped up, but that's kind of the gist that I got on it. So let's try it. We'll roll it out and see how it works for us. Hopefully I didn't just confuse everybody, but yeah, that's the way I understood it. So let's throw some dice, put some dice to it, and see how it works. All right, so puck is off. Let's get a couple of dice. We'll set a point. We're not the shooter, so we're just waiting for a point to be set. If you want to shoot, obviously you got to play the pass or don't pass, but that's going to add an additional $15 to what you're trying to do. Unless, I mean, if the point is inside, you don't have to do that particular point. There's a 2 craps. That is a frontline loser. Wins on the back line. And a 4-1-5. All right, so 5 will be our point. At this point, we'll throw out 66. Or let's just throw out 70. All right, 60, 70. And tell the dealer, please set me up 66 inside. So they will oblige. And 3. And then let's get our 15, or I'm sorry, our caps to make that 18. All right, 15, 18, 18, 15. Point is 5. And we're just looking to hit one of these inside numbers. Get the ball rolling here. And so let's find the holes. There is a hard 10, puppy paws. And there is a 7 out, so we're not going to get to see it. I'll tell you what we're going to do though. We're going to leave that out there, and we're just going to buy in for 66 again. So there's 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, and we'll get $4 in change and put that over in our rack. So these are off. We're already bought in for our next shooter. Shooter's coming out looking for a point. 437, that is a frontline winner. Does not affect us. Everything is off. And a 527. All right, so that's 2 different 7s. Can we get the 617? No, we got a 6410. All right, so easy 10. Point is going to be back on the 10, and we got our 66 set up inside. So let's roll it out and see if we can get some of these scenarios played out. No, we're not. We're going to get a hard 10 right there, puppy paws. 10 is popular. Maybe we should just make this the pile everything on the 10 strategy. How about that? All right, there is a 3 craps. Of course, it's going to go in the corner where I can't get anything. And I just hit the camera. Sorry, that was not an earthquake. Hopefully the camera is still on and is still in the parameter of the table. All right, there is a hard 6. So there is a hit for us. Again, remember, if a 6 or 8 hits, that's going to pay 21, and he's just going to collect that. So we'll put that over here in our little collect stack. Actually, we'll just leave it off to the side here. That's our collect stack. All right, and we'll keep going, pulling it out, looking for another hit. There is a easy 5. Oh shoot, what was our point? No, 6 should have been our point. Okay, let's take that back. All right, flip it, reverse it, all that stuff. Okay, so 6 was our point. We didn't get paid on that. 5, we do get paid on, so that pays 21. And at that point, we're going to take the 21 and the 15 and say, dealer, press my 6 and 8 up to 36 each. So they will do that. I'm just going to do it hopefully an easier way. We'll just take all that down. There's 25, 30, 35. Whoa. 25, 30, 35, 36. And we did use everything. That was a full press, so we're not collecting anything on that. And now we have 36 each on our 6 and 8. All right, so let's see what we hit next, and we'll play the scenario out. There is a 1, 2, 3 craps, ace deuce. There is a hard 4, so let's hit everything again, but with the numbers we're trying to. 2 craps. All right, so we got the 2, 3, 4. Good if you're playing crapless. There is a 6, 4, 10. Found the other hole. How about that 5? Yeah, call it and you got it. 2, 3, 5. Okay. Hitting everything we don't have. We don't have a yo yet. No, 6, 2, 8. Oh, we hit a point. Darn it. Not a point, but a box number. So that 36 is going to pay 42, and at this point, he's going to go back down to 18 on the 6 and 8. So just tell your dealer there's 42. Take me back down to 18 on the 6 and 8. Okay, so that puts us 78 over there, and let's keep rolling it out and see what happens. There's our 6-5 yo. Man, ATS is hitting. Crapless is hitting. 156, the point is hit, so that is going to go off. So we are at 18, right? Yeah, we went back down to 18 each. So that pays 21, and that is just a collect. We're just going to collect on that. All right. So now we're looking for a new point, and 9 is going to be the new point. I guess we should have turned them on. That way we could have gotten rid of that 9 on our little system here, and a 5, 2, 7 out. Okay, so not too bad. We're actually in the profit. This will come down. And let's just see, that was what, 75, 85, 95, 99. So we started out with 66. All right, we'll just put that off to the side as our little winning stack. Turn that off, get a new set of dice just for the heck of it. There's my 8, so I'll take that 6 and 2 right there and just roll randomly. Looking for a point. Coming out, there is 3 craps. No good for the front line, but it pays the back line. And a 6-5 yo, that's a front line winner. Now we have a 4-1-5, so the point is going to be 5. We're going to throw out $66. And you would just drop it in the cum and tell the dealer, please place me 66 inside. And by the miracle of magic, he would already have it done. The miracle of slowness. You gotta watch me painfully, slowly set this up. There you go, 66 inside. All right, let's roll it out. See if we can get a little bit different scenario. We're gonna get an 8, hard 8, square pair. That 18 is gonna pay 21, and anytime we hit the 6 and 8, especially in the beginning rather, we collect. So we're gonna collect that 21. Keep rolling. 4, 3, 7 out. Okay, so we're gonna get hurt on that one. That's gonna take all that down. Guess I could have left it out there and just bought in for 66 again. So we'll get a new set of dice. We'll take our $21. We'll put that over here in a little winning stack. We'll separate that at the end. There's my 6, 2, 8 right there. And let's get a new point coming out. 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our point. Nina. And putting out another 66. Alright, looks like we're running a little low on funds over here, so except for our winning. I mean, we could dig into that stack if we needed to, but I'm just kind of running this out and see what it looks like. So there's 66. I can restack and restack the chips as many times as I can. So let's set up 66 inside. I believe that's it. And there we go. Dice are out. Whoops. Knocking chips down. 5, 3, 8. All right, so that 8 hit. That's going to pay 21, and that is a collect for us. We're not doing anything as far as pressing or moving numbers around or anything like that. So we'll just set that to the side there. And 2 or 3 craps rather. I'm sorry, ace deuce, 3 craps. Now we have a 4. I guess we're going to run through the numbers again. 1, 3, 4. We're back to a 3 craps. And a 6, 4, 10. All right. So if you're playing the holes, you're doing all right. And a 6, 5 yo. If you're playing the horn, you're doing okay. And we got a 5 finally. 2, 3, 5. Okay, so that's going to pay 21. We're then going to take the 21 and ask the dealer to take the 5 down. Take that $36 and press up my 6 and 8 by 18 each. So that'll make these 36. So let's go ahead and just try to do that the easy way. It may not be the quick way, but we'll do it the easy way. We'll just take all this completely out of the way and build our 36. 35, 35, and 36. And then we'll clean up this mess back here out of the way. And there we go. All right. So if we were to hit the 6 or 8 again before we hit the 9, we'll take these back down to 18. If we hit the 9, then we're going to bump these up to 54 each and take the 9 down. We'll see if that happens. We have a 1, 3, 4, no help, and a 1, 5, 6. Okay, so that is going to take our 6 back down. But first of all, let's pay ourselves. That's 36. That's going to pay 42. $42. Dealer plate, take my 6 and 8 down to 18 once again. So they will do that for you. Of course, you're giving them a little work, so you may want to take care of them at the end. There's 18. And we gotta get some change. 1, 2, 3. All right. So all that will go over to the side, and we're not gonna touch that. So, okay, we have 18, 18, and 15. Same scenario will play out if we were to hit the 9. That's going to hit the 6. That's going to be a collect for us. That's a hard 6. We're out of white chips, so let's grab a couple. That's going to pay 21. All right. I guess I could kind of condense down a little bit. We're going to take 5 of those. Get a green, and we'll take 5 of these. Get a red. That's it. Okay, let's keep on going. See if we can do a little damage here. There is a 6, 4, 10. Kind of bolster that bankroll back up a little bit. There's a 5 that we don't have anymore. I almost got excited there for a second. I was like, all right, we hit a number. Well, there we go. We hit a number. There's a square pair, hard 8. That is going to pay 21. All right, we're just going to collect that. You could place the 5 again, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm not sure if he ran into that scenario and if that's what he did. But that would get your 5 back out there just for the sake of being able to hit another number, and that would bring you back up to 66. I mean, you can afford it now. We're up well over $100 over there as far as what we've won off of this shooter. There is a 1, 3, 4. But I'm just going to try to roll it out kind of the way it was explained. There's another 1, 3, 4. Man, those outside numbers are hitting. There is a 2 by 4, 6. If we can get it over here. And that's going to pay 21. Let's go ahead and pick up that 5 again. You know, who knows? So that pays 21. I'm going to put 15 on the 5. Collect $6. Right. Dice out. And there's a 5, 3, 8. That's going to pay 21. Now we'll go ahead and just collect that. Since we're back to 66 on the board. If you wanted, I guess you could just continue pressing. I mean, you could probably just change up strategies and do whatever you wanted at that point. Let's go ahead and let's make it fancy and get us a black chip over here. There we go. So we got 150 for sure, 160, 170. Not bad. More than doubled our initial 66. There is a 6-5 yo. And a 3 craps. I saw something else where they say play a $5 yo like every once in a while. And that'd win you $75. But there is a 617 that is going to take us out. I'm just going to leave that there for now. And then we'll go ahead and place our winnings. Actually, we're going to have to use like 66. Let's just use 66 from here. So there's 65, 66. And that way we're still putting 102 in our rack. All right, so we're paying 66 for our next shooter already. Already. Right now. And we will get set up with another set of dice. There's a 5, 3, 8. I'll take it. And these are off. Coming out looking for a point. There is a 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. B4 on your bingo card. All right. That is our point. Let's see if we can get some of those inside numbers now. There's one. There's a 6, 3, 9. It's going to pay 21. Let's put it out there for the visual sake. 21. Take my 9 down, please, and press my 6 and 8 up by 18 each. So we'll do that, and that'll make them 36 each. Again, we'll try to do it the easy way. We can do this the easy way, or we can do it the less easy way. That's not how that goes. There we go, 36 and 36. All right, then we got a mess over here. Clean that up, separate the mayo and the ketchup. And there we go. Dice are out, and there is a 4-3-7. All right, so we did not get to collect anything on this one, so that is gonna hurt. Puck is gonna go off. This will all come down. We'll just go ahead and take it down. What are we at on time? 20 minutes or so. We've got time for one more shooter. All right, last shooter. Let's, we're gonna have to dig into the little winning pile over here. There's 50, 65, and 6. Okay, just for the sake of having one more shooter, let's dig into our little winning stack over there. Maybe we can get a medium roll. I'm not asking for, you know, the god roll or anything. Let's just get a, you know, kind of a 8 to 10er maybe. That would be nice. I know a lot of people that have made money on 8 rolls, and good money. All right, so yeah, let's get a new set of dice. Maybe I did that already, but we're doing it again. There's a 6, 2, 8. I will take that. All right, we're looking for a point. Bets are off, coming out. And we have a 4-3-7. That is a front line winner. Nothing for us. There is a 5-1-6, easy 6. Point is 6. All right, let's do some damage. Let's get some inside numbers. There we go. There's a square pair, hard 8. That is going to pay 21. We are going to collect. We are in collect mode when we hit the 6 and 8, when they're at that level. And we have a, we're going to get hard ways all the time, I guess now. We got puppy paws, hard 10, does not do us any good. It's pretty though. And then we have a 6-4-10, the less pretty version of a 10. Unless you're a basketball player and you're 6'4". There is a 5-4-9. That is going to pay 21. Dealer, take my 9 down and make that $36 go on to the 6 and 8 at 18 each, which would make those $36. Absolutely, sir. I would love to move your 85 chips around and waste precious time on getting our shot number in because you want to keep pressing and regressing. They don't say that out loud, but I'm sure they probably think that. And there you go. We're at 36 each on the 6 and 8. And if we hit the 5, we're going to bump these up to 54 each. I don't think we've gotten to that level yet. But we'll see. No, we're not going to get to anything like that. All right, 4-3-7 out. So we didn't get to run through all these scenarios, but we did get to run through a little bit of press and regress on this. Hopefully you kind of saw how it worked. If not, I will have Bill's video linked down below, and you can run through his video and see the scenarios that he ran into. I'm not sure. I think he did get up to 54 a couple of times on that 6 and 8. So we got $21 over here. We're going to put in our little rack, and let's separate this mess over here. See what we ended up with. We did start out with 300. Again, that was just for the sake of the video. It's not really a suggested bankroll for this strategy. Since you are playing 66 inside, you would more than likely want at least 600, I would say. You might be able to do with 500 and get away, but yeah, you kind of always want 10 times whatever you're playing inside. All right, so let's condense some of this down. There's 5 white for a red. And then let's condense these red down. There's 5, 10, 15. All right, that'll get us 3 green. All right, 3 green. Along with that 1 green, will get us another black chip. And it looks like we're going to be down a little bit, folks. There is $205, $6, $7, $8, and $9. So we're down $91. We are at $209. We started out with $300, $91 in the negative. But that was just, I don't even know how many shooters that was. I guess I could put a number here. Maybe I'll count it and I'll put a number here. This is that many shooters. And that's what we ended up with. So, again, that is Bill at Blue Dice Craps. Please go check out his channel. He's got quite a few strategies. He stopped putting out videos for a little bit, but he started up again. Put out a video not too long ago. Hopefully he'll get some more out. He's pretty knowledgeable and explains his methods and strategies fairly well. So again, there's his banner link to the channel will be down below. The link to that video will be down below. Lots of other stuff down below. Check out the description. I've got some Amazon links on there. Not that you have to click on them, but if you do, if you're going to shop at Amazon, click on one of those links. You don't have to buy what it's linked to. Do your normal shopping. It's not going to cost you anything more. We get a little bit of a commission on it. I'll just say that up front. It's also written down there below. So thank you so much for watching. Please, if you have a message for us, send it to this email, crapstx@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment down below. This is Craps Texas. I'm Keith. We'll see you on the next one.